Please accept my sincere gratitude for visiting Daily Bugs once again. Picture this: banks all over the globe treat XRP differently than they do other cryptocurrencies. Now, in my previous video, I discussed some possibilities for a reduced XRP set price, which the BIS may have taken into consideration. Digital assets, such as XRP, which falls under the second group of assets, would have been restricted to no more than 1% of a bank's capital under the proposed regulation. While this does make XRP price floors and limits more feasible, we still don't like them because they're too limiting or too low. Arnold, a subscriber from Norway, first emailed me what feels like an eternity ago. In our earlier Zoom discussion, I made a statement upon which one of his opinions was based. His gist was essentially, "You're looking at it the wrong way, therefore I'm interested to hear his perspective." He will go to great lengths to contradict me and insist that XRP is exempt from the 1% limit. I will be outlining his entire theory in this video, so if you find it enlightening, please subscribe. My curiosity in reading it is piqued, so please convey your gratitude to Harold for his efforts on this. Alright, then I shall get going. Consequently, it extends beyond that. The last video discussed how regulations and rules limit XRP's potential as a global financial platform. With this fresh or maybe even ancient viewpoint, we can better understand this constraint. The regulatory framework of the Bank of International Settlements once again imposed a 1% exposure cap on Group 2 assets, such as XRP. Therefore, no financial institution could put more than 1% of its core capital, which consists of reserve funds, into Group 2 assets. Currently, the asset consists just of its unpackaged components. All that matters is XRP in the end. The reasoning behind the 1% exposure restriction is that large organizations such as JP Morgan would not be able to purchase a significant amount of XRP, which would lead its price to be limited. I can either give you the lowdown on it or assume that you already know it. With its role as a bridge asset, XRP can facilitate the conversion of nearly any asset type, including dollars from other fiat currencies like the British pound. While its current functionality is limited to currency swaps, that will undoubtedly change as the technology develops. This makes the process of transferring assets much simpler and cheaper. It has been observed that for XRP to function as a bridge asset, it needs to facilitate cross-border payments. This is because these transactions are inherently unpleasant and now provide the greatest challenge to the financial sector. The worth of the token determines how efficient and cost-effective the operation is at that level. It is also crucial to be able to manage big sums of money and transactions. With XRP's value on the rise, things should become a lot easier if that trend continues. This is why, whenever possible, it's best to go with an asset that can carry out any kind of financial transaction. In fact, that is the very definition of XRP. Our situation is a complete and utter catastrophe, my God. What is coming is a mystery to us. This is still a fantastic viewpoint in my opinion. In my opinion, it was in line with the more optimistic viewpoint. This is the current state of the financial system. Major financial institutions will always be mentioned while discussing currencies. So that customers of these global markets can more easily make purchases, these banks maintain a variety of currencies available. Consider a bank that wishes to transact with China. In order to do so, they will require Chinese currency. Just like the Bank of England holds a wide variety of currencies, such as the ruble, euro, dollar, yuan, and Norwegian kroner, it too keeps a broad variety of other currencies. The caveat is that holding a big number of different currencies may get expensive. The fact that you'll have to figure out how to transfer the funds makes it less than ideal as a liquid asset. Not only has the expense of holding all of these different assets climbed dramatically, but operational complexity has also increased. The time has come for XRP to shine. Note that XRP's function as a bridge asset is optional. In fact, it might serve as the initial asset. So, let's get a bit further into that. There would be no need for multiple currencies if banks have XRP. Therefore, rather than keeping 1% of their assets in 25 to 30 different currencies, banks may opt to aggregate their holdings in numerous currencies. XRP Since XRP introduces a single universal currency rather than 30 separate ones, the economy becomes more efficient. With XRP, you get access to one more currency than you would with 30 separate currencies. Now that liquidity has improved, banks can do anything they want with their XRP holdings, freeing up capital for other purposes. On top of that, it makes everything much easier and simpler. But XRP is more than just a digital asset right now, it's a Category 2 digital asset due to its price and position. There isn't a huge issue with this 1%. In most cases, banks merely listen to the recommendations of the regulatory experts at the Bank of International Settlements about this 1% matter. However, new regulations are required if XRP is to circumvent the 1% cap. Incorporating XRP within these constraints in a different way requires modifying the Basel architecture. When XRP's price is high, it becomes less volatile. At that point, it functions more like software. The Bank of International Settlements and other financial institutions have proposed the 1% exposure limit idea in an effort to stabilize the XRP cryptocurrency. The rules, however, would need to be revised. As we move forward with these concerns, I believe this is a legitimate expectation. The relevant institutions will often use the 1% rule, saying that Dogecoin and XRP are similar won't cut it when these banks learn more about the cryptocurrency industry. Every one of them is totally impractical. For fun, I've made a second one. Evidently, XRP and Dogecoin are not interchangeable, I fail to comprehend. In order to handle cryptocurrencies correctly, it will be required to differentiate between their benefits. If you don't, it's the same as trying to say that a car's wheel and a leaf are interchangeable. For lack of a better expression, they are both things. Still, it doesn't do much to highlight our leaf's many advantages or explain how our regulation is different from tires. Also, in terms of the use case, these are completely independent. The current crypto legislation treat microphones and vehicles as if they were tires and cars. The fact that they are both available for purchase does not imply that they are interchangeable. Well, it falls short of expectations. As a result, new perspectives on digital assets and currency are required. My hope is that eventually they'll see that XRP is far superior than altcoins like Dogecoin. Because it does its own thing, Bitcoin is too unique to be contained within. Properly handling it is of equal importance. It would be more appropriate to reclassify XRP as an asset with utility instead of this if you are trying to be fair with it in relation to its functions. Possible substitutes include eliminating the 1% cap completely or reclassifying utility assets. To be more specific, removing the 1% cap on assets is one way to release liquidity. Because of this shift in policy, a number of financial institutions have begun to use a single currency for all of their transactions. The fact that you've subscribed and taken the time to view my channel is greatly appreciated. Afterwards, we will meet up.